In this video, we will look at installing and configuring the vSphere replication server. We will cover the installation, the configuration, and then the registration of the replication server to the vSphere replication appliance and to the vCenter. The vSphere replication server is basically the same thing as the vSphere replication appliance, except that it does not run the management service. So we are logged into the VMware vSphere web client, and we are now going to install a vSphere replication server. We already have installed the vSphere replication appliance at IP address 192.168.0.75, and we are now going to install a replication server only, which will not run the management service for replication. This is the icon. Deploy new vSphere replication server from an OVF template. I right click on that. I have a local file. This time I'm going to use the add-on because the add-on is the virtual machine that has the vSphere replication server on it. So I have add-on, open it, I hit next, next. I'm going to select that same site, which is the branch office, the server at the branch office. I'm going to make it thin provisioned on that same data store, on that server at the branch office. And then I will change the IP allocation to static. It's picking up the settings from the main vSphere replication appliance. I hit next. I will enter the passwords. And then a comma separated list of NTP servers 2.us.ntp.3.us. And then the networking properties, and we'll have an address 192.168.0.74. Next, and we will power on after deployment. We will verify under the monitor tab that the task has started in that vCenter. Yes, it created the virtual machine, the replication server, and it's now deploying the OVF template. So we'll come back when this is done. So the deployment has finished and the virtual machine is being powered on. It's right here. I right click on that. I open the console and it's going through its initial boot. We will wait when we get to the splash screen. And so the replication server is up and running. It's booted, and it's asking us to go to the WAMI interface to configure it. And so here we are at the WAMI login screen. This is our 74 replication server root and the password. And it looks very similar, but it's a little bit different. Let's look at the configuration. It's an IP address for incoming storage traffic, 192.168.0.74. That's the management address. I'm going to use the same IP address. This is for replication traffic. And the reason I do this is because on this branch server, I only have one VM NIC. And so it makes no sense to have a separate address, because what I could do is obviously I could add more virtual NICs to a replication server, and then using standard techniques of virtual networking, either using the distributed switch, which allows us even more capabilities that we'll see later in this course, or even the standard switch, we can maneuver and manipulate the traffic so that it goes out of different VM NICs, so we have much better load balancing. But again, this is a branch server. It's a small server, only has one VM NIC and one physical NIC. So we're going to use the same IP address for the management traffic with the management server, the replication management server, or the service rather, as well as for actual incoming replication traffic. I'm going to apply that network setting. And now the VR service is actually running. The settings have been changed successfully. We'll just review everything. Since we are here, you have the ability to change passwords and so on, very similar to the appliance, the replication appliance. Support would be the bundle management. It's done via the management server. The network, everything looks good. It's address 74. Let's look at the addresses. We don't need to change anything here. I think it looks fine. So we are going to log out of the WAMI. So we are back in the web client, manage replication server. We need to look at the next icon here, which is register a virtual machine as a vSphere replication server. So we click on that and expand it, and we see this is the one that we want to register as a replication server. I click on OK, and it's going to go through its process. It took about 30 seconds or so, and as you can see now, there is a second server available here. So the initial server was the replication appliance with the embedded replication server that's running management services for replication. And then we just added at IP address 74, we added a replication server as well. We have not set up any target sites at this point in time, but obviously we can set up target sites, and that's for the next video. We can set up target sites to vCenter, and we can set up target sites that are provided by a cloud provider. In the next video, we will cover connecting to target replication sites. I look forward to seeing you on that next video.